gentlemen, is a woman who has captivated the entire globe. Sells out arenas everywhere she goes. Now she's a member of the Indiana Fever. Ladies and gentlemen, Caitlin Clark.
This is MongolianMindset, and today we're going to be typing Caitlin Clark. She has literally shattered the mold in the WNBA. It's quite amazing to see what this woman has done. I do think she's going to be Rookie of the Year, and I'm looking forward to her future in the WNBA. We'll be using Linda Barrens Interaction styles and temperament combined with cognitive functions. We have a breakdown of all of those in the playlist, how to find anyone's personality type. And we have the cognitive function broken down one by one, and then we also have them all broken down in one video if you can't sit through all those videos, okay? So let's go check and see what the personality database has. We think they're fucking retarded over there. They consistently type people wrong. It's just a whole bunch of people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, that have not read any books or any literature, that just, you know, get out there and voice their little fucking stupid opinion. So let's see here. The monkey's got ESTP, okay? Let's look at the chart. So ESTP is direct, outcome, initiating, TIFESENI, concrete and pragmatic, okay? If she meets those metrics, we'll call her an ESTP. If she doesn't, we'll actually find her actual personality type, okay? So let's get into this. And guys, we'll be keeping the metrics over here. And once we get enough, we'll just go and start knocking things off. We are still doing free typing sessions by us, but now we require that you join, subscribe to the channel, and you join our Discord, and you have to get to level 10 to be able to access the ability to get a free typing session. So what that does is that allows me to have more time to do other things, because on the weekends I've been doing at least fucking 4 typing sessions every weekend. So I want to do panels, I want to do my mega lives, I want to do my game nights. I also got other adventures that me and Christian want to do. Also collabing with other people on YouTube. So we got to put some metrics in there. Get in there now, because we got at level 10 now. In the future, it might be level 20, level 30. So get in there while you can, and get that free typing session.
Cheers. Hey, thank you so much for coming.
Hi, how we doing? Oh,
yeah. Hey,
oh, you got the cereal too?
Yeah, I opened it though, so don't judge.
We got 2 boxes.
I just wanted to see. Yeah.
Did you have any of it?
No, so I didn't dive in. We didn't have milk.
Okay, I'm gonna hit her for initiating. She initiated twice there. Okay, she came over there. She initiated twice here. Let's go back.
Oh, you got the cereal too?
Oh, you got the cereal too?
Yeah, I opened it though, so don't judge.
We got 2 boxes.
I just wanted to see. Yeah.
Did you have any of it?
No, so I didn't dive in. We didn't have milk. It was a whole thing.
That'd be 2 right there.
It was.
I'll just hit it for fucking 1, but that would be 2 right there. 2 initiating.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah, you need the milk.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, again. All right, so I'm gonna hit her again. So that would be 3, but we're gonna take away 2.
And I will eat. I'm a cereal person. That guy's not though. He's a
I hate cereal. I'm sorry, I won't have it.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
And always remember, I'm not the biggest fan of initiating versus responding. I'm more into outcome versus progression. Those are the 2 best metrics, I think, that leads to you not mistyping somebody, okay? Because there will be times where you will see a certain type that will initiate, right? But you gotta go back and make sure the progression versus outcome, because that's very hard for somebody to fake, okay? That's very hard for somebody to pick up, right? But initiating and responding, depends.
I grew up in Iowa.
Well, actually, I do love the food.
Hey, thank you for this.
Of course.
Will you sign this?
Of course.
Okay, later. We'll get it later. We don't have a lot of time. I have something for you, actually.
Oh gosh.
No.
This could be anything.
No. Very true. As a welcome to the city, which we are incredibly lucky to have you.
Thanks.
Know that.
I'm excited.
I hope you felt that from all of Indianapolis.
Absolutely.
Okay, the Indianapolis Colts brought something up here for me to give to you. And I believe literally you can play whatever position you want on the team.
Wow.
He's an official
2-2 jersey.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Absolutely. So if you want to play on Sundays, I know there's been a lot of offers for you to play on Saturdays and 3-on-3s and stuff. There could be some Sunday games as well. We're all pumped that you're here, and I hope you feel that. So let's go back to whenever you decided you were going to come to the
Holy shit, he's informative initiating.
WNBA. You knew immediately then you were going to be a member of the Fever, right? Is that accurate?
Yeah, it was pretty set in stone for the most part.
So were you pumped about that? How much research did you do? And ultimately, what led to that decision of going to the WNBA?
Yeah, so when the draft lottery happened, I actually had a game on the same exact night, but I was hoping the Fever got the first pick. And obviously, I'm a Midwest girl. I'm from Iowa. Like, this is 5 hours from Iowa City, 7 hours from Des Moines, where I grew up. But I'm super pumped. Like, this is a basketball state. Like, people love it here. And obviously, Aaliyah Boston being on the team, she's one of my former teammates on Team USA. Like, I think I've just been stoked. And, like, people have been excited even before I got drafted about this opportunity. So now that I'm actually here,
he bought season tickets.
Yeah,
literally.
All right, so I'm getting direct here. Okay, I'm getting direct. Everything there was closed ended. Wasn't hard to understand what she's saying.
Season tickets.
Hey,
we did as well.
let's go.
Yeah, business booming. Let's talk about you talk about where you grew up over there in Iowa, which is a massive piece of the story. He's from Iowa as well, so he's incredibly proud that an Iowan representing Iowa.
Let's give his hat a shout out.
Yeah, he wears everything. Yeah.
Look. Let's give his hat a shout out. Initiating again. Okay, it's kind of overwhelming with this woman. Okay, and I only go for it when it's overwhelming.
That's a piece of the story. He's from Iowa as well, so he's incredibly proud that an Iowan representing Iowa.
Let's give his hat a shout out.
Yeah, he wears everything. Yeah, I mean, look at what's in front of
He
me.
knows.
A lot of Iowa gear here.
Yes,
I got
sir.
Coach Bluter bobble
Yep.
right here.
I have that in my apartment too, right on my desk where I do all my work.
What, make its way to Indy?
Has to.
The Bluter bobblehead?
Can't leave that behind.
Yeah, put it right there
It's
in
like
the
good luck. Hit her head, you know?
Just a little boop.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So where you grew up in Iowa, then you stay at Iowa. Did you just put up like 10,000 shots a day? How do we get to this? Because my big takeaway, I was a punter, college, I kicked a lot of things in between the ears, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think Steph Curry, when he was getting close to the record for threes in the NBA, he even experienced like a little bit of overthought. Yeah. When you pulled up for the women's record, it was the first quarter, you just scored 9, and it was just splash.
Yeah.
And then for the overall record, you're on the foul line. The whole world is looking at
By
you.
myself, I was like, oh my gosh, it'd be really bad if I airballed right now.
Initiating again. Okay, we're hitting it for initiating. Like that's just overwhelming. Initiating. Okay, guys, she's initiating, and she's also direct. So if she's initiating direct, that usually means that this person's going to be outcome. So we'll go and make sure that she's outcome. Okay. Make sure that we don't see no journey, no progression, that type of thing. So with that being said, initiating direct outcome, we're looking at ESTJ, ESTP, ENTJ, and ENFJ, okay? And she's coming off concrete, looking like we're down to ESTP and ESTJ. But hey, let's go.
Okay, so you are a human. I was about to ask. Like,
No, like that's the worst thing in basketball where you have to shoot a free throw with nobody on the line. Like it's just like it's weird. Like you don't do it often, but no, I don't really think about it like that during games. Like when I pulled up for the record, like that was the only way I was gonna get the record was just a long three. I had to. Come
okay,
on.
so you do like 10,000 shots a day growing up. What was like legit? Are you just like you've been addicted to basketball your whole life? Like how did we get to this point where you're not only incredibly confident as you should be, but like you just go into a zone out there that not a lot of humans have ever got into, and I hope you recognize that.
Yeah, I loved basketball growing up. Like it's what I did. My dad played in college. I had an older brother, and he like always played, so I just like tagged around with him, and I begged my dad to like put a hoop out in the driveway.
I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. That's coming off SI. We got an ESTJ here, ladies and gentlemen. We got an ESTJ.
Like tear up some grass and like pour a bunch more concrete so I could have an entire 3-point line because I could only have like half of one for the time being. So I was out there a lot. I would go to the gym all the time.
I was out there a lot. I would do this. I would do that. Yeah, we got ESTJ here.
Put a hoop out in the driveway and like tear up some grass and like pour a bunch more concrete so I could have an entire 3-point line because I could only have like half of one for the time being. So I was out there a lot. I would go to the gym all the time. Like I loved working on my game. I played all the time. I played AAU, but I also played other sports too. Like it wasn't always basketball. But once I got into like middle school and high school, I knew that was like kind of my future.
What other sports?
soccer, I did track, I did softball. I was pretty good at soccer and I liked it, but basketball worked out a little better.
Yeah, well, we don't know what would happen.
And obviously Aaliyah Boston being on the team.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, he bought season tickets.
Yeah.
Literally,
Oh,
he bought
students
season
is
tickets.
now.
Hey,
We did as well.
let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, business booming. Let's talk
Yeah.
about you talk about where you grew up over there in Iowa, which is a massive piece of and it was just splash.
Yeah.
And then for the overall record, you're on the foul line. The whole world is looking at
By
you.
myself, I was like, oh my gosh, it'd be really bad if I airballed right now.
Much an SI experience there as well. I mean,
Okay, so you are a human. I was about to ask. Like,
No, like that's the worst thing in basketball where you have to shoot a free throw with nobody on the line. Like it's just like it's weird. Like you don't do it often, but no, I don't really think about it like that during games. Like when I pulled up for the record, like that was the only way I was gonna get the record was just a long three.
her face light up when she said the record. Okay. TFI, you love records. Of course, TEFI users love records. guys.
Had to. Come
okay,
on.
so you do like 10,000 shots a day growing up. What was like legit? Are you just like you've been addicted to basketball to come here? People talk about like Dallas Clark, obviously another Iowan friend of mine, teammate of mine. Whenever we were with Peyton, he went to a lot of your games and watched you,
Yeah.
and a lot of people watch. He said she has like all of the traits that Peyton had,
You
like
see that? She
the
got all
accountability,
traits
the wanting
Peyton
it.
got. Oh Lord. Oh man, she got a big ass head like Peyton too. God damn it.
Of excellence all the time. There's people that start judging you for that though, because of how. Do you think about any of that? You're super competitive, I assume. That's what.
Yeah.
That's like why Peyton was the way
For
he was.
sure.
That's what it is for you as well.
Yeah, I don't really like care about what other people say. Like I feel like I'm just so fiery and so passionate. Like, and I feel like that's why I'm so good too. Like if I didn't have that, I don't think I would have the success that I've had. But yeah, that's how I've always been. I think I've been able to channel it a lot more throughout my career and use it more positive rather than negatively. And but yeah, I
I
definitely.
want to let you know you have a show here that
You
has
know,
your.
it's like when somebody's an ESTJ, it's like they always say the perfect thing. I don't know what it is. Tom Brady, when he gets up there and he starts talking, he just always says the right thing. It's like Barack, like they always just say the right thing.
No matter what.
For
Like
sure.
You guys are great.
in the competitive
Initiated.
sphere though.
Yeah.
Like, hey, yeah, she's fired. That means she cares.
Yeah.
When you don't.
What am I supposed to do? Smile and be happy I messed up? Come on
Imagine
now.
if
Initiated again.
you don't though. That's when it's over.
Exactly.
Like I think that's
Yeah.
why we're such big fans of yours. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Caitlin, Pat mentioned I am also from Iowa. I am a University of Iowa grad, so I'd be remiss if I didn't say, like, I'm incredibly proud of all your accomplishments. I love how you have so much pride in the state and also the university and putting on for it whenever you can. I try to do the same on this show as much as I can. Obviously, playing for Team USA and, like, playing with all these amazing women growing up, and then you're obviously, Miss Basketball. Like you were a top recruit. You were always incredible. Did you envision this type of success to happen? Like, could you have ever? And then, like,
So this is an NI question here. This is an NI question. Did you envision?
also this season where last year, everyone kind of flocks to the women's game. They watch you on you guys run to the national
NI
championship
question.
and everything's amazing. But then this year, it's kind of one of those things where you get to the top of the mountain and everyone starts picking at you and they want to see you fail. Like,
Yeah.
could you have envisioned that all of this was going to happen? And B, like, did you recognize all that stuff this year while you were kind of in the
Yeah.
moment?
I feel like I always had super big goals and dreams and aspirations, but at the same time, like this is a place like women's basketball has really never been before. So it's like, no, like I never really imagined it on this magnitude, but also like I've always been a supporter of women's basketball. It's always been something I've loved ever since a young age. Like I grew up watching the Minnesota Lynx. Like
I grew up something I love. That's SI. That's FI. Okay. You can see pretty outcome goals and shit. TE. Let's go. We got an ESTJ here, ladies and gentlemen.
they had a dynasty, and Maya Moore was my favorite player growing up. But
Maya Moore was my favorite player growing up. That's some FI and SI there.
now coming to Indianapolis, where like the Indiana Fever were really good. Tamika Catchings is one of the best of all time, and getting to have that resource of her to lean on during these moments, I think is something
And all of the right stuff.
that's really important for me. But I think like I don't know, with like the magnitude of where everything's gone, like I feel like I've tried to stay like right in the middle. I think like one of the best pieces of advice that somebody gave me is like at the level you feel like all the praise, like that's the same level you'll feel all the hate. So I try to stay right in the middle.
We just referenced the quote TEFI.
But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really bother me. I think it's just what comes with it. And like growing up, my mom always said like people want to see you fail. Like, that's just kind of how our world is, which is really sad. But at the same time, like I don't like think about that type of stuff. Like I just go out there and do me.
Let me try to hype you up then, as you're always here. Let me try to. You said the women's game is a place it's never been before. The draft the other night was the highest rated draft by 307%.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not like 10%.
No.
15%, 25%, 43% increase is a monster. Like that is a monster percentage of growth. 307% is the jump there. And we all believe, obviously, you were a part of that. This entire college basketball, women's college basketball, the last couple of years has been phenomenal to watch story-wise, and the talent is next level. A couple of the OGs, there's been some. Do you just view that as shit talk? Is that what you think this is? And do you feel an onus to like take women's basketball and carry women's basketball and help it get to another level through the WNBA?
Yeah, I think people are just competitive. Like, I don't think it's anything that's out of the ordinary. Like, I feel like it's things rookies have faced their entire careers, the entire existence of the WNBA. But I don't know. I don't feel like any pressure to like take it to a place it's never been before. Like, I think that's just going to happen with the way, we're on TV more, with the way people are, following from the college game to the WNBA. I think expansion in the WNBA will certainly help. The more teams there are.
This is all outcomes there. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've been finding it. Outcome.
And it's the most competitive league in the world.
Go back. Probably clip that.
Pressure to like take it to a place it's never been before. Like, I think that's just going to happen with the way, we're on TV more, with the way people are, following from the college game to the WNBA. I think expansion in the WNBA will certainly help. The more teams there are. It's the most competitive league in the world because there's not many spots. Like, there's 12 teams and not even every team carries 12 players. So I think that will certainly help. But you got to bring it every single night because it's the best of the best. And that's what I'm excited for. I think just going out there and like a lot of those people I idolized growing up. So it'll be fun.
Anonymous GM said they would trade their entire.
That was all outcomes there, guys. That was all outcomes. So yeah, she's ESTJ.
Our team for you. That is a hilarious thing. And also,
they're gonna play one on. I'm gonna play 1-on-5 then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play 1-on-5 then. Initiating again.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. And from what we've seen,
it'll probably be okay.
There's a shot. Season ticket holder of the Indiana Fever. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, that's right. And Pat said anonymous GM. Lucky enough, you got the greatest GM in the history of the W in Indiana. I love that lady so much. She crushed it yesterday. But one of the things we talked to Keirsey Temperaments about a couple of weeks ago was like her transition to the WNBA was a little like tougher for you. Like, what are your personal expectations going into the WNBA? Because from the outside looking in, for you, it's always going to be like, hey, she better win a title every single year. Like that is going to be it for you.
Sure.
But
I think, definitely helping us, get back to the playoffs. I think that's goal number one. And I think everybody in the Fever organization.
Goal number one, outcome TE.
And believe that that's where we can be in year one for sure. And, Aaliyah Boston was Rookie of the Year last year. Is great piece. I think there's just so much young talent on this roster. And that's the biggest thing, is just buying into that, enjoying that. And obviously, like, the crowds that we're going to have is certainly going to help us too. Like type of energy, like you just feed off as a competitor. Like at the University of Iowa, like we didn't really lose at home. Like we just didn't do that because of the environment we had. Like you didn't want to let those people down.
Reference the past, SI.
But also like people were intimidated to come there and play us. So I think the fans will be huge. But there will definitely be some learning curves and some challenges, but also like, I think my passing translates. That people always want to talk about the logo threes, the scoring, whatever. But to have the talent around me that I'm gonna have is like just feed them the ball.
Yeah, it feels like making insane court length passes.
Yeah,
that's with that 22. Colts jersey. Like, you can play quarterback.
Well, might need you this year,
might
actually.
Need you. Joe Flacco, obviously he's a guy, he's backing up AR, but might need you in there. Your passing is bananas. And it does kind of get overlooked because of the, the logo threes and everything like that. And one of your first things is you can't wait to pass to somebody like Aaliyah Boston. So we're talking about some nasty assists coming.
For sure. Have to. Got to feed her. She has great hands, and lucky enough she's been my teammate before, so I know firsthand how good she is. But that's going to make my job easier. I think just like the way, people can score the ball at this level and do what they do. I love to get out and play fast, so I know that won't change much. The shot clock's even lower at the pro level.
Shot clock's even lower. That's initiated that.
Also,
Oh, I didn't know
not that we used it much at Iowa, but like,
Yeah, you guys were.
Yeah.
I think Blue,
Initiated again. Not that we use that much at Iowa.
Coach Bluter even said something about like, we'll see if they can keep up. You know, for 4 full quarters.
Yeah.
Tone's got a question for you.
Yeah, Kayla, have you had a chance to breathe yet? I mean, off
Not
of
really.
back-to-back title runs and just how insane the last season was with the scoring record and everything. And then with the WNBA, you go straight from the season into the draft, or straight from the college season into the draft, and now into the WNBA season, and there's probably Olympics, I assume, in there as well.
Let's go with
Have
those.
you had a chance to breathe like obviously your entire life, and now you're going to go into this season? Have you reached out to anybody that's done that for advice going into the WNBA like that?
yeah, I think the last month or so, 2 months, it's just been a whirlwind. Obviously, you know, when you reach the Sweet 16, you go straight to the Final Four. So like you're gone for 2 weeks, and then I went home for like 2 days. Went to LA, was in New York City. Now I'm here in Indianapolis, finally going home after today, which will be nice. But I feel like I've tried to do my best. And I think that's the biggest piece of advice like Super like gave me is just like, take a breath, like soak it in. Like you only get drafted one time. Like you only get these moments once. So you need to enjoy it. Like you can't go back and do this ever again. So I've tried to enjoy it. I've tried to soak it in. I haven't slept much, which was maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing. I don't know.
I haven't slept enough. Maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing.
We've been having fun and enjoying every single second. So, I think the biggest thing is like how quick of a turnaround it is. It'll be a big adjustment. I think I'll be like moving here in like a week. So,
Oh, welcome to the city.
Yeah.
Already find a place?
yeah, I'll be like a weekly guest on here, I guess, if you want me to.
Initiated weekly guest on here if you want me to. Okay, we're done here. I got her as ESTJ. Yeah, ESTJ. I wanted to make sure I was going through my head there on. So she's ESTJ. And database is wrong. Okay, she's ESTJ. So ESTJs are initiating the concrete. Okay, they're systematic. They're affiliative about doing the right thing. It's like whatever she said, it always came out perfectly right. Like it was just like it's like Tom Brady. Whenever Tom Brady's in front of a microphone, he just says the right stuff. Even if he's pissed off, he just says the right stuff. Direct, outcome, end products. She's SINE. Okay. And she's a TFI, and I have to hit her. Enneagram, I was thinking about this. I was thinking, maybe I can go 1W2 SO. I'm gonna go 3W2, and I'm gonna go SP/SO. I think she's definitely prodigy level. Okay, she's prodigy. ESTJ, it is what it is. She's out there balling on people in the WNBA, and they are like literally hating on her. I mean, it's kind of racist what they're doing. And I'm stuck between, do I want to go normalizing here or do I want to go dominant? I'm going to go dominant. I'm going to go dominant because she seems to be very fucking competitive. Okay, so we can go dominant for her. I was in between normalizing and dominant, but then again, she's a very competitive person. She talks about that. So I'm going to go ESTJ 3W2 SPSO. Dominant prodigy level guys. I'm happy to get Caitlin Clark on the fucking channel. She's been absolutely blowing up the WNBA. I think she's a phenomenal player, and if they think this year's been bad for them with her, just imagine how good she's going to be next year and the following years. It's only going to get worse. Okay, but this is Mongolian Mindset, and we are out.